What's going on, family? It's your boy KP, and I'm back with another video. Please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bells. You're more than welcome to share my video on any of your platforms. First off, all praise and credit due to the Most High God and His Son, Yeshua Mashiach. Uh, the title of this video is just going to be, don't believe the lies. I see so many things going on in the lives, and some people are waking up, but some people there's a stronghold delusion on their mind, and they are not even open to entertaining the truth. Okay, Ken, how do you spot truth? You spot truth, you guys, there's a saying I use that's called, like, every time I see it, I just go, that ain't nothing but witchcraft with words. And witchcraft with words is they say something, but it's got a whole different other meaning. You want to, what's a good example of that? A good example is the roughly 200 Americans that were flown in from China, and they say the flight was diverted, you know, to an Air Force base in Southern California. Like, first off, it wasn't diverted, it was the plan. Because if you have CDC, marshals there, this, that, and the other, when people land, it takes hours of planning to have things like that in place, especially at a specific location. Um, First off, that was the plan. But here's the questions you have to start asking yourself. Since when does the military handle medical issues? I thought that was the medical industry that handled medical issues. And they say these people, the news story come out, and here's a good example of the witchcraft with words. It's a voluntary stay for observation. And then you'll read a story like one guy tried to escape. Well, if you're trying to escape, it's not voluntary. And then two, his punishment for trying to escape a 3-day observation period was, now they enforced a mandatory quarantine on him for 14 days. So now, since he wanted to leave, he's got to stay 14 days and everybody else can leave in 3 days. I'll look for a couple links I saw earlier and put them down here in the subject block. But they got this one brother on here telling the story about, like, the propaganda videos, the actors. Oh, we're being treated nice and this, that, and the other. And there's just one video. Like, where's everybody with their phones? If you really want, if you're really after the truth, the story of the one of the 200 you need to interview is the one person that tried to escape. But they've probably labeled him as delusional. Well, it's for your own protection. Actually, it isn't for my own protection. If you don't have a cure, how are you protecting me? Let's at least just tell it what it is. It's for your protection or from somebody else's. Because if you think I could have something and you cannot help me if I really do have it, then it's not for my protection. You know what I mean? Like, people are not crazy. They want people to believe they're crazy. If a person really thinks they're at risk, you don't suddenly go insane. He's not going to go home and go around all of his family members and give it to his kids if he really think he could have something. People are not crazy. They're doing a dry run. This is a dry run to see if we have 200 people. How many do you think we would buck up and seek the truth and not believe the lies? Okay, so we only got one out of every 200 that's going to be a problem. So when we do this on a mass scale, we'll know how much manpower we need. That's what kind of exercise that is, people. I wish people would see this for what it was. I wish Christians would be open to the mind of understanding Satanism and how it really works. You wouldn't, I know I'm saved. Look, saved from what? You don't, You really need God because there's really an evil force operating. And it really is a spiritual war. I realize most people have never seen the spiritual realm, but I don't care what kind of war it is. I don't I don't care what kind of war it is. Without intelligence on the enemy you're fighting, you're never going to win the war. Even in a chess game, chess is a game of war and you study your opponent's moves. The so called Christians that I normally meet and interact with have no concept, no understanding, no personal experience with Satan, which is the so called enemy of, which I shouldn't even say so called, is the enemy of Christ. So at best, you're in an army as an admin troop, nowhere close to the front lines, no knowledge of the enemy, no form of defense, no form of offense, no form of intelligence information, no form of tactical employment, no form of strategic warfare, no form of no form of understanding of how to implement a plan and accomplish an objective. And when you think of spiritual warfare, you need to be considering all those things, but in a spiritual aspect. Otherwise, you're going to get your soul snatched from you, which is what this game is about in the spirit realm. Man, I'm urging everybody, but this is really, it's not even, I'm trying to find the right words for it. Is you want to see someone embrace the truth and hold on to it. Is this kind of truth is as if it isn't as if the entire world is lying to you. You guys that are watching this, that believe the Bible is true, then I want you to focus on the scriptures as Satan, the one that has deceived the entire world. So I need you to look around in your own life at personal deceptions and delusions you could be under. Satan and his fallen angels are the shadow government, the shadow authority in every facet of your life, the gatekeepers, the people that use witchcraft with words to keep you away from the truth. They are the stumbling block placed in front of the children of Israel. You do not need any man teach you the Bible, because the anointing that resides in you is truth and will lead you to all truth and is no lie. And just as you abided in it, it abided in you. You have to seek God with all of your heart. And this is going to be a personal understanding you're going to arrive to, because we are truly in the end days. And I see so many people deceived, believing anything. And you can tell they don't believe it because they'll ask the right questions. Like this one guy that's being held against his will tried to escape. So now his punishment is he has to stay the entire 14-day quarantine period. So if it's really about medical safety, why isn't the 14 days across the board on all 200 people? Why is he singled out with extra time because he didn't cooperate? Because he questioned the system. And I want to ask you this. Why don't these 200 people have their phones? I'm telling you this, the one guy who wanted to leave that tried to escape would be posting videos. That guy would be me, would be telling you what's really going on. Now they have these 200 people walking around. They don't have masks on. So if one of them has it, they all have it because they're all interacting with each other. It is what it is. If you really try and, it's for their own protection. Maybe maybe he wanted to go home. Maybe he wanted in and out. That after all this, he'd just rather sleep in his own bed. You guys need to wake up, people. You can't go along. They want to reduce you down to a person that has no intelligence, that cannot think for themselves. So you think somebody else knows what's good for your life and you have no say in it? So you can't take care of yourself to any degree. If there's no cure, then you can't help me, whether I have it or I don't have it. That's all to it. I mean, I can tell you this. If I'm going to die in a couple months, I'm going to do some things I want to do. And I want to do them probably in my own environment. But I think anybody would want that. I don't think I'm that unique that if my life was gonna run out, I'm just want to do what I want to do. Ken, what do you want to do? I'm just chill. I'm just chill and eat the food I want to eat and watch TV. I don't know. If I really had something that was contagious, I don't I wouldn't go give it to my kids, give it to my grandson. Like it wouldn't be that serious. I'd probably just FaceTime with him. But think about this, people. These people don't have their phones. They don't have their phones. We live in an age where a person can make a video just like I'm making right now and post it, and it would get shared. They would be the story. Trust me. People want to talk to them. They want to know what's going on. They take this one brother that's a paid crisis actor. Oh, we're being treated good. They're feeding us good. You know what I mean? Like, everybody don't want to eat the same thing. I saw what they had for eat. I wouldn't want that. Like, I'd want something else because I'm home now. I need people to wake up. I know what this really is because I was offered a position to participate in rolling this out. I know what this really is. I was offered a position to be quiet about the plan. I know what this is. I was shown propaganda that is going to be used when this really gets rolled out. They are easing you with it. That's what Satan has to do. You have to actually cooperate. He has to show you what he's doing. But you guys refuse to believe the truth. You guys get focused on the witchcraft with words and whatever you're being told you believe. Quit focusing on what you're being told and focus on the meaning of the actions that you see. That is where the truth is. You have to use your discernment. Shut your eyes and your ears off and listen with your heart, and you will be saved. That is where the truth lies. That is where the truth lives, rather. You have to have your own best interest in your decisions. No one is going to put their self before you. People don't care about you. You have to care for yourself and your family. I know what's best for you. That's not living life. Living life is making your own decisions and being personally responsible for your own well-being, putting thought into what's best for you. Otherwise, someone else is living your life. And when you are not living your own life and not making your own decisions, you ain't even living. True growth comes from making mistakes. True enlightenment comes from realizing your wrongs. Anybody ever played a video game and how you get on one level and you got to play it 10, 15, 20 times and then you finally get past the level, and then once you do, you can play it again and beat it again? It's because you learned something from your mistakes. It's because you have gotten smarter, and therefore your intelligence in that particular area is at a higher level. That is how defeating Satan is, and defeating lies. You have to reject the lies and seek the truth. You have to bury the death and raise with life. You have to turn your back on confusion because you have now found the way. I need people to wake up. This is what it is. The two witnesses are here. The book of Revelation is for real. The two witnesses are calling plagues down. There's people that know they're immune to this. And my two witnesses are going to be able to smite them with plagues as often as they will. What do you think? There's going to be like two people standing in front of the White House calling down plagues? What are we like? You got to think with your spiritual mind. You got to think, people. You got to think. Think. If something I say don't make sense, reject it. If something rings in your spirit and you know it's true, embrace it and meditate on it. Meditate on it. Match it up with the scriptures and tell God to reveal something to you. He'll explode the truth in your mind. He is truth. And in him there is no lie. Wake up, people. I need you guys to wake up, because this is a spiritual war we're in, and it's really kicking off. Till next time, I need you guys to stay equipped in the full armor, covered in the blood, filled with the Spirit, in the name of the Son and the power of the true living God, because there's power in his name. And to make it through this, you're going to need that power. And you're going to have to invoke that name and use it. Till next time, I'm KP and I'm out.